Anna, a 10-year-old girl, suddenly looked like she was going to have a baby. No matter how much she tried, she couldn't wear her biggest pants. Anna's mom, Christy, was surprised but didn't think about pregnancy. She tried to make Anna feel better, saying it was probably just an upset stomach and medicine would help. Later that night, Anna began to vomit in the bathroom, similar to how she felt in the morning. Christy got really worried and softly rubbed Anna's back. Her dad, Kevin, quickly got a towel and decided they would take Anna to the hospital first thing in the morning. But waiting made things harder. Anna's stomach grew larger and larger, and soon she passed out in the back seat on the way to the emergency room. At the hospital, doctors did a complete examination, but the results surprised everyone. All the scans looked good and didn't show anything out of the ordinary. Christy was very worried and told the doctors that Anna was always in pain, had been throwing up for weeks, and her stomach was severely swollen. She wondered how that could possibly be normal. The doctor gently said, "She might just have lactose intolerance, which is making her stomach feel bad." They claimed that's why her belly suddenly got big. Christy still felt confused, but now she had some sort of answer. She and Kevin finally felt more at ease and went home. That night, Christy suddenly woke up to Anna yelling and crying in agonizing pain. She ran upstairs to Anna's room and saw her daughter holding her bloated belly, sweating profusely, and absolutely terrified. They knew they had to go back right away. They quickly got into the car and rushed Anna to the biggest hospital in town. When they arrived at the emergency room, a young doctor just shrugged and said Anna's symptoms were just normal acid reflux from eating. He lazily advised them to take more walks after eating, then walked away. The couple followed him into the hallway, begging the doctor to examine Anna just once more. However, the doctor became annoyed and said, "If you don't believe me, go to another hospital. Don't waste our time." This made Christy furious and deeply upset. She held onto the doctor, her eyes wet with tears like a mother lion protecting her cub, and told him exactly how angry and afraid she was. "You find me another doctor, and you do more tests. I'm not going anywhere." Seeing how fierce and determined they were, the doctor finally agreed to run more tests and walked away slowly. The couple waited nervously all night. Finally, when the sun came up, Dr. Burge, the leader of the children's department, came in and shared the shocking results with them. Anna didn't have reflux. She had a severe blockage in her intestines, which were twisted and couldn't work properly. If she didn't have emergency surgery quickly, she could be in serious danger. Before they could even respond, 2 nurses entered and began preparing Anna for the operating room. A nurse showed Kevin a tube and said they needed to put it through Anna's nose and down into her stomach. She told him he would need to help hold Anna still. Even though they believed they were ready, the next moments of watching their daughter scream in pain were much tougher than they expected. Anna's parents felt completely scared and worried until she was finally taken into surgery. Thankfully, the operation went quickly, but to their horror, Anna didn't improve at all. Her situation got worse. It turned out that during the operation, Dr. Burge discovered a much bigger problem. Anna had a rare, incurable condition called pseudo-obstruction motility disorder. Her intestines weren't pushing food through at all. Her body literally couldn't process food. The worst part? There was no cure. Anna could only stay alive by getting liquid nutrition through a feeding tube that went into her nose. When Christy heard that, she shut her eyes, feeling completely broken. She couldn't bear to think about what her daughter's future would be like. She didn't even wait for the doctor to finish speaking. She got up in a daze and walked out of the room alone. Life was tough, but it kept going whether they liked it or not. From that point on, Anna could only get food through a feeding tube. Besides a few colorful pills, she couldn't eat anything else. Christy tried to stay hopeful for her family, but whenever she saw Anna's face twisted in pain, it felt like a needle stabbing her heart. Even though the local doctors said Anna couldn't be cured, her parents refused to just watch her suffer. Christy called every children's hospital she could find across the country, while Kevin borrowed money against their family farm and sold many of their things just to pay for Anna's mounting medical treatments. But after months of calling, it felt like none of those calls led anywhere. No one ever called back. Even Christy, who always tried to seem hopeful, began to feel entirely discouraged. She sat down by the door, quietly talking to herself, thinking that maybe Anna's tragic fate was already decided and nothing would ever change. Just when Christy was about to give up entirely, she saw her other daughter, Abby, looking sad and defeated. That made Christy realize that if parents quit easily, how could their kids ever learn to be brave? With that spark renewed, Christy decided to keep fighting. The next morning, she took Anna and got on a plane to Boston without an appointment. There was a world-renowned children's doctor there, Dr. Samuel Nurko. They had not been able to secure a meeting before through phone calls, so this time, Christy chose to show up in person. She wasn't going to quit easily, but when the hospital workers saw this unexpected mother and daughter, they felt sorry for them, but they still had to stick to the strict rules. If they wanted to see Dr. Nurko, they needed a scheduled time, and the earliest available opening was at least 6 months away. Christy was devastated but tried to be strong. She took a big breath, stopped herself from crying, and quietly walked out of the hospital with Anna. However, human kindness was on their side. The hospital receptionist, touched by Christy's desperation, managed to squeeze them in. Christy got a call telling her to bring Anna in for a checkup at 7 a.m. the very next morning. Christy couldn't stop smiling. The next morning, they finally met the best children's doctor in the country, Dr. Nurko. He wore a tie with cartoon characters and used humor to make Anna smile. He said he couldn't fully cure Anna's underlying sickness, but he could give her a trial of a special medication to help her digest food. This way, she might not need the feeding tube anymore and could try to live a more regular life. When Christy heard that, she let out a massive sigh of relief. Dr. Nurko's confident look gave her hope again, something she hadn't felt in a long time. But then, the doctor delivered the catch. He explained that the treatment was just a short-term management solution. The side effects were harsh, and Anna would have to travel all the way back to the Boston hospital every single week to be checked for 2 days. Christy stopped talking. The hospital in Boston was almost 2,000 miles away from their home in Texas. Just the cost of plane tickets every week was incredibly stressful, not even including the medical expenses. But for her daughter, she forced herself to say yes. She was ready to do whatever it took. Soon, Anna started the first part of her treatment. Her belly was still puffed up, but without the feeding tube, she finally smiled again. But as time went on, the side effects proved to be worse than anyone thought. Every night, Anna suffered from terrible, agonizing stomach pains. Nothing could stop it, no medicine, no distraction, no relief. Day and night, the pain tore through Anna's small body and slowly broke Christy's heart. Eventually, Anna reached her breaking point. She stopped trying. Exhausted and depressed, she stopped eating, wouldn't take a bath, and told her mother she just wanted to die and go to heaven where there was no pain. Christy felt completely frustrated, helpless, and had no energy left. The long treatments and astronomical costs had taken everything out of this once strong mom. She sat by the window feeling utterly lost, picked up her phone, and called Kevin. Crying hysterically, she told her husband, "It's over. Let's just bring her home." On the day Anna left the hospital, Dr. Nurko walked her to the door. He felt deeply sad because he knew his medical treatments couldn't save this little girl, forcing a smile to cover his heartache. As Anna walked away, Dr. Nurko stood at the door and let out a soft sigh. But even though things looked completely hopeless, fate had something unbelievable in store for the young girl. When Anna got home, she remained very sad, sitting quietly by the house, just waiting for the end. To make her feel better, her sister Abby took her out to the backyard. She suggested that they climb their favorite giant, old cottonwood tree, just like they used to do. At first, Anna wanted to refuse because of her pain, but Abby kindly urged her to join. Eventually, Anna took Abby's hand, and soon they were both climbing high up into the tree. The two sisters sat on a branch, looking at the beautiful view far away and happily talking about their childhood memories. Anna finally smiled, a genuine, radiant smile she hadn't shared in months. But at that exact moment, the heavy, old branch under them suddenly cracked with a loud noise. The sound terrified them. Abby quickly told Anna to move toward the trunk to be safe. but the ancient tree trunk was entirely hollow. As Anna stepped onto it, the wood gave way, and she fell headfirst, straight down into the deep, dark center of the tree. When Kevin heard Abby screaming, he quickly ran over with a ladder. He propped it up against the tree and looked inside the empty trunk, but the inside was too deep, over 30 feet down and completely pitch black. He couldn't see or hear his daughter and felt entirely helpless. He frantically called 911. 10 minutes later, firefighters and emergency rescue teams arrived and began a highly complex rescue operation. It ended up being much harder than anyone thought. The tree was incredibly old and fragile. They couldn't just chop it down, because the vibrations or a collapse could crush Anna inside. The only safe way to help her was to use a tall crane and ladder to carefully extract her from the top. While the firefighters worked tirelessly, the reporters who arrived on the scene were not hopeful. The fall was over 30 feet, and Anna had gone down headfirst. It looked like a drop that no child could survive. Hearing whispers that Anna might already be dead, Christy grabbed her chest in sheer shock. She tried to speak, but no words came out. The overwhelming terror of losing her daughter broke her completely. Crying uncontrollably, Christy fell to her knees at the base of the tree, putting her forehead against the bark, and prayed to the sky for mercy. Moved by her grief, neighbors, firefighters, and onlookers gathered around Christy one by one, joining hands to pray for Anna with all their hearts, hoping for a miracle. After 3 agonizing hours, the rescue team finally pulled Anna out of the tree. As her weak, limp body was carefully lowered to the ground, she looked completely lifeless. Kevin and Christy watched in terror, terrified they were about to hold the body of their deceased child. But just when everything seemed lost, an emergency worker shouted, "She's breathing!" Hearing that her daughter was alive, Christy's legs went weak, and she nearly collapsed. But the biggest surprise was yet to come. After a thorough examination at the hospital, the doctors were absolutely shocked. Anna had fallen 30 feet headfirst into a hollow tree, but she didn't have a concussion, no broken bones, and not even a single major cut. All she needed was a little fluid to boost her energy, and she was cleared to go home. Christy couldn't comprehend it. It defied all medical logic. The next morning, the real miracle revealed itself. Christy noticed that Anna's severely bloated stomach had completely flattened out. With a massive smile, Anna announced that she was actually starving and wanted barbecue. Christy immediately took Anna back to Boston for an emergency checkup with Dr. Nurko. After reading the new scans, even the brilliant doctor was stunned. In just one night, Anna's chronic, incurable illness was completely gone. Her intestines were working perfectly. Dr. Nurko explained that scientifically, the trauma of the 30-foot fall must have somehow reset her nervous system, turning her inactive nerve pathways back on. Her body was fully healed. When Anna got home, her incredible story went viral. Everyone in their small town believed it was a literal miracle from God. The media swarmed them, and soon Anna's entire family was invited to speak at their church. As Christy stood before the congregation, looking out at all the hopeful, upturned faces, she realized something profound. She understood that the grand miracle of the tree wasn't the only miracle they had experienced. The true miracles were the quiet acts of love and helpfulness they had encountered throughout their darkest days. She reminded everyone of Anna's classmate who always treated her normally, the kind waitress in Boston named Angela who befriended them and gave them discounts when they couldn't afford food, the airport ticket worker who pretended the computer system broke down just so they could use expired coupons for their flight, the hospital receptionist who risked her job to get Anna an early appointment, and their neighbor who secretly kept her own baby inside the car so the crying wouldn't wake a sleeping Anna. As Christy spoke, tears streamed down her face. She told the crowd that whether people believed in God or not, no one could deny the power of kindness, bravery, strength, and unconditional love. Those, she said, are the most beautiful miracles in the world. The movie ends here. Please, my family, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.